All right, John, I will tell you how long you have for each question before I pose it, and we will have Scott let you know when you have just a few seconds left, okay?
Thank you.
Your first question, you have 1 minute to answer. Which political leader from the past 50 years, besides Ronald Reagan, do you see as a role model?
The political leader I see as a leader would probably be Bush 41, Herbert Walker Bush. And the thing I liked about him was he made tough decisions. And when he had to make a tough decision, yet he stood by them. And I appreciate that about him, because that's the one thing I want to do, is I understand this job is going to require tough decisions. And I will make those decisions, and I'll stand by them. They might not be popular, because sometimes you have to make an unpopular decision. But if it's the right decision, I believe it's the right decision, and you tell me it's the right decision, I'll do it.
Okay, thank you. You have 1 minute for this answer, if you would please, John. In what specific ways would you help to support and unite the Republican Party in this district?
The one thing I've noticed in this process is that this party has some different ideas, and those individuals have different ideas. Those different ideas and the beliefs of those have split our party, and what I want to do is a very simple thing. I want to come out and talk to you. I want to bring you all together and talk to you and find out where our differences are and what our similarities are, and we're going to work together and get through those, because we have to unite. We are split, and the more divided we are, the more we're going to fall, and that has to stop. And I want to work with you to become a unified party.
Okay, 2 minutes for this answer. Given the 8th District's vulnerability to natural disasters, what would your approach be to funding for FEMA and the Army Corps of Engineers with our current budget crisis?
Well, in this race, the budget is our main concern here. And I think my policy with FEMA and natural disaster essentially goes to this, is that the government should do for the people what the people cannot do for themselves. And if there's a crisis, like a flooding over here in the eastern side of the state, or a tornado on my side of the state, even tornadoes down here, I think the government needs to step in to help people get back on their feet. I believe in a hand up, not a handout.
Okay. 2 minutes for this answer. What is your position on reauthorizing the 2008 Farm Bill, which did expire September 30th, 2012? And please be specific.
Yes. I grew up on a dairy farm, milk cows. And I understand the Farm Bill is important, especially important to you folks. On the eastern side of the state, a lot of crops over here. On my side, we do a lot of cattle. What I would do is simple. Go to each and every one of those rascals up there and tell them, we need a Farm Bill, we need it now. They need to understand that this country was built on farming. And farming is important. It's important to everybody, because we feed the world. And we're not able to do that because the people in Washington cannot unite to pass a farm bill that allow us to do our jobs, then we're going to fail. And so I feel that my strategy would be to go up there, talk to them each individually, and advise them how important it is that we get this done.
2 minutes for this answer as well. How would you support economic development in our 8th District?
I had a very interesting drive. I'm from the western side of the district, and I took Highway 60, and that essentially just runs from the western side to the eastern side. And the thing I noticed is that we have some counties that struggle economically. And what I want to do is simple. I want to get on the ground, go to companies and ask them, what can I do to help you come to our district and set up shop, offer jobs, and put some people to work, because we have good, hard-working people. We have a people in the 8th District who value hard work, honest pay, and I think we need some companies to come here to allow you guys that opportunity to do that.
This is your final question. You will have 1 minute to answer. Washington does appear to be in gridlock. When, if ever, do you feel it's appropriate to compromise?
As an attorney, I spend a lot of time compromising. But understand this, you have to have a person who's willing to negotiate in good faith basis. We do not have that with the president. And so what we have to do is stand our ground until he understands that what we're trying to do is for the betterment of the country. The debt ceiling is coming. Well, that's going to be an open discussion. The problem is spending. They want to raise it, we want to fix it. Here's how we do it. Let's balance the budget. You want to raise the debt ceiling, you give us a balanced budget amendment. That's how you fix that. They are more interested in protecting their jobs than they are in helping you find a job. And I disagree with that. If I'm selected this thing as your congressman, I may only be up there for a year and a half, 2 years, because they may run me out. I'm there for a purpose. I'm not there to impose my will on you. I'm there to do your will. And if they don't like it, too bad, because I'm responsible to you.
All right, John. You now have 1.5 minutes for your closing statement when you're ready.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I really enjoyed coming here. You're a great bunch of people. And the thing that jumps out at me is pride. I have a lot of pride in this country, but I don't know if our country has a lot of pride in itself. And I'm worried about that. We're going from a nation of can'ts and won'ts from what used to be cans and wills. And I don't know where that happened at, but it needs to stop. I believe that this country is the greatest country on earth, and we need to show that to the world. We need to show it to ourselves. We are becoming a society that's dependent upon entitlements. The hard day's work and honest pay is taboo. What can you give me as opposed to what can I do for you is the new norm. I disagree with that. I'm a person who wants to represent you. I want to do what you want me to do. We may disagree about some things, but that's fine because you win. I lose. If you don't want me to do something, I'm not going to do it. If there is a disagreement amongst you, I'll do my best to talk to each and every one of you the best I can to figure out how we can reconcile that difference and do what's best for the 8th Congressional. And that's what I want to do. I want to be your advocate. I want to be your fighter, and I know I can do it.
Thank you, John. John Tyrrell, everybody.